You could practically feel the internet catch fire the moment Tia Kemp, never one to hold her tongue, blasted Chrisean Rock's parenting in a scathing Instagram live that racked up over 80,000 viewers in just the first hour. It wasn't just a rant, it was a full-on call-out, naming names, listing receipts, and demanding answers. Somebody needs to step in before something happens to that baby, Kemp declared, shaking her phone at the camera. Within seconds, #ChriseanRock trended on Twitter. Reddit threads exploded with speculation, and even TMZ jumped in with a headline. Tia Kemp calls out Chrisean Rock. Fans demand CPS investigation. The shockwaves didn't stop there. Rap blogs, podcasts, and YouTube reactors went into overdrive, breaking down Kemp's accusations frame by frame. The topic immediately divided the hip-hop community, with one side chanting, "Protect the children," and the other screaming, "Mind your business." But why did this moment strike such a nerve? For starters, Tia Kemp is no random internet troll. She's the ex-girlfriend of Rick Ross and the mother of his son, William Roberts III. She's been through her own battles with the courts and the media, public custody fights, child support drama, and enough dirty laundry aired on social media to last a lifetime. When Tia Kemp speaks about motherhood in the rap game, people listen, whether they love her or hate her. Her history with Rick Ross alone is legendary, with leaked court documents showing bitter arguments over parenting and the infamous 2015 Instagram post where she accused Ross of being an absentee father. She's built a reputation for calling out celebrities and airing grievances, sometimes to her own detriment, but always with receipts. When Tia went after Chrisean, she wasn't just voicing concern. She was igniting a conversation about what it means to be a mother under the microscope of fame. Kemp pointed to specific incidents: Chrisean's viral fight at a Hollywood party in March, her widely criticized IG Live where her son was allegedly seen unattended in the background, and the video from May 6th that had fans in an uproar, with over 1.2 million views in 2 days. "You out here chasing clout and letting your son cry for hours," Kemp alleged, referencing a string of tweets and DMs sent to the Shade Room and on-site. The timeline was relentless. By noon, screenshots surfaced of supposed conversations between Tia and several of Chrisean's close friends, claiming they'd seen her leave her baby with random people while she went out partying. Within 24 hours, the backlash was fierce. Chrisean's fans, some of the most loyal in the business, fired off their own receipts, posting videos of Chrisean feeding, cuddling, and caring for her son. Others, like rapper Sukihana, jumped into the fray, calling Tia Kemp's comments and unnecessary. Yet the accusations kept piling up. Anonymous sources claimed that calls had been placed to Child Protective Services, while a supposed CPS employee posted a now-deleted TikTok, hinting, "There's more to this story than people know." Even XXL magazine published an editorial questioning whether the industry needs to step in when children are involved. But the most shocking part wasn't just the speed of the outrage, it was how deeply it cut. This wasn't just another celebrity feud. It was a gut punch to the heart of what it means to parent in the spotlight. And the fallout would pull in everyone, from label executives to family members. And as the comment sections filled with wild theories and new rumored evidence, one thing was clear: this was only the beginning. Because the real story behind Tia Kemp's attack and what it revealed about both her and Chrisean Rock was far more complicated than anyone expected. And what happened next would leave even the most jaded fans speechless. Tia Kemp has never shied away from controversy, but what's often forgotten is that her own journey through the world of hip-hop motherhood reads like a cautionary tale. Long before she was calling out Chrisean Rock, Tia was locked in some of the messiest public battles the industry has ever seen. Nearly a decade ago, her fights with Rick Ross over child support and visitation made headlines on sites like Gossip and The Shade Room, turning private pain into viral drama. In 2015, TMZ published leaked court filings showing Tia's accusations that Ross owed her over $11,000 in missed payments. The following year, she stunned Instagram followers by posting receipts of alleged text messages from Ross, accusing him of dodging responsibility and leaving her to raise their son alone. "I built this boy up with no help," she posted on January 8, 2016, igniting a firestorm of sympathy and shade in the comments. But Tia's story is more than just financial disputes and angry posts. In 2017, she went live outside a Broward County courthouse, sobbing as she described the broken system that let famous fathers off the hook. Her lawyer at the time, Anthony Gray, briefly became a fixture in hip-hop gossip blogs after he threatened to subpoena Ross's tour earnings. The public was divided. Some applauded Tia for speaking out, while others accused her of chasing clout and using her son as leverage. Still, the headlines kept coming. In 2018, a bitter custody dispute saw Tia and Ross fighting over holiday visitation, with Tia alleging that Ross skipped their son's birthday 2 years in a row. Again, court docs were leaked, this time showing Tia pushing for supervised visits, citing concerns for the child's welfare. After a rumored altercation at a Miami club, Tia Kemp's willingness to air dirty laundry has always made her a lightning rod. She's been blocked by high-profile accounts, trolled by die-hard fans, and even parodied by comedians like Jess Hilarious. Her Instagram rants have covered everything from cheating rappers to shady managers, once even hinting that a major label exec tried to bribe her into silence. And yet, for every accusation of attention-seeking, there's a legion of followers who see Tia as the voice of struggling mothers everywhere. She's become a kind of folk anti-hero, the woman unafraid to speak the ugly truth about life behind the VIP ropes. Her 2019 podcast interview with It's Tricky with Raquel Harper went viral after she claimed she had DMs from half the industry's baby mamas, all scared to go public with their stories. That reputation, equal parts fearless and messy, is exactly why Tia's opinion on Chrisean Rock carries so much weight. She's lived through the career-ruining drama, the legal threats, and the relentless media cycles. Some critics argue that Tia sees a bit of her younger self in Chrisean, both single mothers thrust into the spotlight, both dragged through the mud by the fathers of their children, both baited by fans and bloggers who feast on every misstep. But there's another angle too. A suspicion that Tia is using Chrisean's fame to reclaim her own relevance. As one comment on the Neighborhood Talk put it, Tia always knows how to get the spotlight back on her, right when people forget. And yet, the risks are real. Tia's own brand, built on transparency and outrage, has been battered by accusations of bitterness and hypocrisy. A recent partnership with a Miami-based parenting nonprofit nearly collapsed after board members voiced concerns about her volatile social media presence. Yet, whenever she speaks out, people pay attention, industry insiders, label bosses, even court officials. As the Chrisean drama broke, a screenshot surfaced of Atlantic Records' PR team circulating a memo. Monitor Tia Kemp's socials, potential brand risk escalation. Clearly, her voice still matters far beyond the comment section. But if anyone thought Tia's motives were simple, they were missing the deeper story. Her past is littered with burned bridges and bruised egos, but also hard lessons about the price of fame. She's been the villain and the victim, the whistleblower and the cautionary tale. And now, as her feud with Chrisean Rock explodes into the mainstream, people are left wondering, is this a genuine cry for help, a calculated power play, or something else entirely? Because with Tia Kemp, nothing is ever as straightforward as it seems, and the consequences could be far more explosive than anyone realizes. But that wasn't the whole story. Even as Tia's history fanned the flames, the spotlight was about to swing back to Chrisean Rock herself, and the controversies piling up behind the scenes. Chrisean Rock's name seems to attract chaos like a magnet, but the past 6 months have been a masterclass in public controversy. Even by her standards, the drama didn't start with Tia Kemp's call-out. It's been brewing for a while. Just last December, an Instagram Live went viral after Chrisean, still sporting a swollen eye from an alleged altercation with Blueface, appeared visibly distracted while her newborn son wailed in the background. The video racked up 2.3 million views within 48 hours and set off a firestorm in the comments. "Girl, where is his bottle?" one top comment read, while another demanded, "CPS need to step in ASAP." The situation only intensified after a clip surfaced in early February showing Chrisean at a Miami club, holding her son as the crowd surged and drinks flew overhead. Even XXL magazine ran an op-ed questioning, where's the line between a mom hustling and a mom putting her child at risk? But the most explosive controversy came in March. At a Hollywood Hills afterparty on March 19th, Chrisean was caught on camera brawling with a female attendee, while her infant son was allegedly left in the care of a friend of a friend. The footage, grainy but unmistakable, was reposted by academics and quickly picked up by the neighborhood talk, igniting debates about parental responsibility and the dangers of the celebrity party scene. Fans were divided. Some pointed out that Chrisean, only 24 and under relentless scrutiny, was facing challenges most young mothers could never imagine. Others, like radio host Ebro Darden, declared on Hot 97, "At some point, somebody gotta step in. This ain't cute anymore." It didn't help that Chrisean's own social media presence seemed to fuel the flames. In April, she posted a story with the caption, "I'm outside, baby safe, mind y'all business," after being spotted at a strip club in Atlanta, just days after a highly publicized feud with Blueface over child support payments. Screenshots flew across Twitter, with fans speculating that Blueface's latest diss track, which accused her of losing the band and the baby, was a direct hit at her mothering. Meanwhile, Blueface's mother, Carlissa Saffold, jumped into the fray with a Facebook post. "These girls have babies for clout and leave grandmas to do the real work." The family feud spilled into the tabloids, with TMZ posting leaked court docs on April 17th showing Blueface's legal team requesting emergency visitation rights, citing concern for the infant's welfare. Industry insiders whispered about the mounting pressure on Chrisean, not just as a mother, but as a brand. Her $300,000 partnership with Fashion Nova was reportedly put on ice after a string of negative headlines, and Atlantic Records executives supposedly issued a warning about potential liability exposure if her name kept trending for the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Chrisean's manager, Wack 100, tried to stem the bleeding, telling Hip Hop in a tense interview, "Let's not act like every young mom don't make mistakes. Y'all just ain't got cameras on you 24/7, but the damage was done." Influencers like DJ Academics and Tasha K dissected every detail, with Tasha K claiming to have exclusive DMs from a former nanny who described the household as chaotic, no stability, too many parties. As if that wasn't enough, rumors swirled about drug use and wild parties at her LA apartment. In a now-deleted comment, at the Real Ms. Juicy alleged neighbors calling the cops every other night. "That baby don't sleep." Chrisean fired back on Twitter, writing, "Stop believing these weirdos. My son loved and protected. Most these bloggers mad they not invited." The back and forth only escalated, with CPS becoming the newest acronym to dominate the trending topics. No court documents confirming an official investigation have surfaced, but a Los Angeles County spokesperson told Hollywood Unlocked in mid-May, "We do not comment on potential cases, but take all reports involving minors seriously." That single vague statement sent the rumor mill into overdrive. All the while, the hip-hop community watched in fascination and horror. Some, like Cardi B, offered a rare show of support, tweeting, "Y'all go so hard on young black moms, let her breathe and grow." Others, including rapper Tokyo Vanity, posted pointed advice. "Sometimes you need to sit down and get your house in order before you lose everything you prayed for." The stakes were higher than ever, not just for Chrisean's career or reputation, but for her family's future. As the headlines multiplied and the accusations grew louder, it was clear that Chrisean Rock's every move was under a microscope, and the drama was far from over. And just as the public thought they'd seen it all, a new twist was about to send shockwaves through the story, raising questions no one was prepared to answer. The real turning point in Chrisean Rock's saga came the second rumors started swirling about Child Protective Services getting involved. It began as a whisper, one cryptic post on a private Facebook group for LA industry moms on May 8th, reading, "Just heard CPS was at Chrisean's apartment again today. Prayers for that baby." Within hours, screenshots spread everywhere. Twitter sleuths found a since-deleted Reddit thread claiming a neighbor had called authorities after hearing screams and loud parties at all hours. The speculation snowballed, with YouTube drama channels like Impressive and Mob Radio dissecting every clue. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know, was there any truth to these shocking allegations, or was this just another round of internet hysteria? For days, the only facts available were rumors and secondhand reports. Bloggers cited anonymous sources close to the case and even pointed to a TikTok by a user named @CPS Los Angeles, who claimed she'd seen multiple referrals come in for the same infant. That video was deleted after racking up 130,000 views, but not before gossip sites grabbed her statement. If people knew the half, their jaws would drop. fueling the fire. The Shade Room posted a blurry image of what appeared to be a CPS worker at the entrance to Chrisean's building, timestamped May 10th, just 3 days after the Hollywood Hills fight. Even Hollywood Unlocked ran a headline, CPS spotted at Chrisean Rock's residence, fans demand answers. But beneath the social media frenzy, a handful of details made the rumors harder to dismiss. According to LA County court records reviewed by OnSite, Blueface's legal team filed an emergency petition for temporary custody on May 12, citing concern for minors' immediate safety based on recent incidents and ongoing investigations. The documents, signed by attorney Jessica N. Forrester, referenced multiple third-party complaints and a pending welfare check. Blueface's mother, Carlissa Saffold, poured gasoline on the fire with an Instagram story. God don't like ugly. Maybe this is the wake-up call my grandson's mama needs. The timing wasn't lost on anyone. Just 48 hours after the petition, Chrisean was spotted arriving at her mother's apartment in Baltimore with the baby and 2 suitcases, sparking rumors she might be leaving LA to avoid further scrutiny. While Chrisean's camp publicly denied any official CPS action, her manager Whack100 telling Baller Alert, "Ain't no case, just people hating." The narrative kept shifting. Fans pointed to a series of cryptic tweets from Chrisean herself, posted late at night. "People will do anything to tear you down. I just want peace for my son." Another, deleted after 10 minutes, read simply, "Trust no one, not even family." The tension was palpable, especially when an audio leak surfaced allegedly featuring a phone call between Blueface and his attorney, discussing next steps if the baby is removed. The clip, although its authenticity was debated, sent the internet into a frenzy. Even Fox LA's Jasmine Simpkins weighed in, posting, "If even half of what's being alleged is true, this is a tragic situation all around." Meanwhile, the court of public opinion fractured down the middle. Some fans rushed to Chrisean's defense, sharing clips of her playing, reading, and feeding her son, insisting she was being unfairly targeted by the industry and her own inner circle. Others, including several momfluencers with hundreds of thousands of followers, called for intervention. Instagram user @modernmama commented, "Fame is not an excuse. If this was any regular mom, CPS would have stepped in a long time ago." Even legal experts chimed in. Family attorney Daniel H. Benson told Hot New Hip Hop, "High-profile cases like these are complicated, but the threshold for state intervention is the same: credible evidence of neglect or imminent harm." The shockwaves hit the business world too. Fashion Nova quietly scrubbed Chrisean's image from its website, and sources close to Atlantic Records told Complex that executives were actively monitoring the situation for potential brand risk. At the same time, gossip columnist Perez Hilton posted, "If CPS is involved, it's only a matter of time before court docs leak and the truth comes out." But that wasn't the whole story. Because just as the dust seemed to settle, a new round of allegations and a surprising statement from a member of Blueface's entourage would send the situation spiraling in a direction nobody expected. And what happened next would leave fans questioning who they could really trust in this web of rumors, loyalty, and high-stakes family drama. For Chrisean Rock, the fallout from these swirling allegations wasn't just a headline. It was a full-blown crisis, ripping through every part of her life, career, reputation, and even her most private relationships. The impact spread fast and brutal, starting with her business deals. By late May, insiders at Fashion Nova confirmed to Rolling Stone that the brand had temporarily paused their $300,000 collaboration with Chrisean, citing ongoing public controversy and potential liability exposure. Other sponsors, including Pretty Little Thing and a rumored 6-figure endorsement with Savage X Fenty, quietly unfollowed her on Instagram or deleted promo posts, a move noticed and dissected by gossip pages like the Shade Room Teens. Even Atlantic Records, where Chrisean had been negotiating the rollout for a new single, reportedly sent an internal memo on May 26, urging all PR staff to closely monitor developments in the Chrisean Rock situation, hinting at possible withdrawal of support if the legal drama escalated. But the storm didn't stop at her wallet. Behind the scenes, friends and insiders described Chrisean as increasingly isolated, surrounded by people she couldn't fully trust. One anonymous former assistant told Hip Hop she's got everyone in her ear: lawyers, managers, family, Blueface's people. Nobody agrees on what's best for her or the baby. Even her own mother, Charla Malone, broke her silence with a Facebook post on May 18th that read, "Praying for my daughter," Fame brings snakes into your garden. Protect your peace, baby girl. Meanwhile, Blueface's camp kept the pressure high. His attorney, Jessica N. Forrester, went on record with Complex, saying, "Our top priority is the welfare of my client's child. Any hint of instability will be addressed in court." The legal maze only grew more tangled as weeks went on. On May 29th, LA County Superior Court filed a notice of hearing for June 12th regarding Blueface's emergency custody petition. The court documents, which leaked to TMZ, referenced recent reported incidents, multiple third-party complaints, and the need for immediate risk assessment, while Chrisean's legal team, led by Mark L. Dorsey, insisted in a statement to XXL that there has been no substantiated finding of neglect or danger in Ms. Malone's care of her child. The stigma of the investigation stuck. Suddenly, every move she made was interpreted as evidence. Her late-night tweets, clips of her out with friends, even her choice to fly back to Baltimore with her son. Fans and critics painted competing narratives. Some insisted she was running from trouble. Others saw a young mother seeking sanctuary from a relentless media circus. Public perception shifted almost overnight. Once celebrated as a rising star who fought her way out of poverty and into the spotlight, Chrisean was now portrayed in headlines as reckless, unstable, or even dangerous. DJ academics called her one viral mishap away from disaster, while Wendy Williams' guest host, Remy Ma, asked on live TV, "How many times do we have to see a mother struggle publicly before people stop cheering her on and start actually helping?" For every fan who posted videos of Chrisean singing lullabies to her son or defending her as raw and real, there were just as many calling for intervention, with one viral tweet racking up 50,000 likes. If Chrisean wasn't famous, CPS would have taken that baby already. Period. Industry politics made everything messier. Some insiders whispered that labels and sponsors were just as invested in the spectacle as they were in the music. An executive at Sony, who requested anonymity, told Variety, "There's money to be made in controversy, but nobody wants to be the brand left holding the bag if something tragic happens." At the same time, Chrisean's manager, Whack 100, was fighting to keep the narrative under control, telling Baller Alert, "This is what happens when a black woman tries to build her own lane. They drag her through the mud, call her a bad mom, and hope she cracks." But the strain was showing. In a series of Instagram lives in early June, Chrisean appeared exhausted, breaking down in tears and confessing, "It's like I can't win. If I stay strong, they say I'm cold. If I break down, I'm unfit." Yet through all the chaos, a handful of unexpected allies came forward. Party B's tweet defending her. "Y'all go so hard on young black moms. Let her breathe and grow," sparked a wave of support from other female artists, including City Girls JT and Megan Thee Stallion, both posting heart emojis and words of encouragement. Even a former CPS social worker, going by @RealTasha penned a long thread on Twitter. "Most cases like this never hit the headlines. The system fails a lot of mothers, famous or not. We need reform, not more shame." But that wasn't the whole story. Because as Chrisean's world seemed to narrow, with brands pulling out, family feuds deepening, and the courts circling, a set of new explosive rumors was about to emerge. Whispers of sealed court documents, surprise witnesses, and an unexpected power play from a rival within her inner circle loomed on the horizon. Whatever came next, it was clear. Chrisean's battle was only getting started, and the next chapter could change everything. Just when it seemed like the chaos surrounding Chrisean Rock had reached its limit, a new wave of rumors crashed through the industry, shifting the narrative yet again. Whispers emerged in early June about a sealed court filing, allegedly submitted on June 3rd, citing a last-minute key witness connected to Blueface's entourage. Screenshots leaked on a Discord server frequented by hip-hop insiders appeared to show attorney Jessica N. Forrester flagging an emergency supplemental declaration, suggesting someone close to the family was prepared to testify about events in Chrisean's home that have not been made public. The possibility of a bombshell witness set social media ablaze, with fans speculating everything from a disgruntled former assistant to Blueface's own mother, Carlissa Saffold, stepping forward. "Somebody about to break the whole story wide open," one user tweeted, tagging the Shade Room and sparking thousands of replies. But the plot thickened when a well-connected Hollywood PR source leaked to Complex that there were serious discussions about a possible gag order to keep details of the custody dispute out of the press. The motivation was clear. Atlantic Records and Fashion Nova, already burned by weeks of bad optics, wanted the drama to disappear before it tanked summer sales. According to Variety, a back-channel meeting between label executives and Chrisean's team took place on June 5th, where lawyers floated the idea of a confidential settlement, potentially involving supervised visitation, a $200,000 one-time payout to Blueface, and a clause restricting Chrisean from discussing the case on social media. The move was drastic, but as one anonymous exec put it, the only thing more dangerous than a messy artist is a messy court case that never ends. Meanwhile, a series of encrypted texts surfaced on the blog on-site, allegedly sent by a member of Blueface's inner circle, hinting at a power play from someone within Chrisean's own camp. The texts read, "Wait till y'all hear who switched sides. It's about to get ugly." By June 7th, rumors spread that a former close friend, identified on Twitter as @MimiMalone, had sat down with celebrity attorney Gloria Allred to discuss representing her in a tell-all interview. The implications were huge. Not only could this expose sensitive details about Chrisean's home life, but it might also drag in other high-profile figures who had remained silent so far. Gossip blogs wasted no time, with Impressive and Mob Radio both posting deep dives into Mimi's past connection to Chrisean, including photos from birthday parties and screen grabs of old text arguments. The tension didn't end there. As the June 12th court date approached, TMZ published a cryptic article citing anonymous sources in law enforcement who claimed that new evidence had surfaced, allegedly involving security footage from Chrisean's apartment complex. The footage, reportedly time-stamped late May, had not yet been released but was rumored to show a late-night argument involving multiple adults and the baby crying in the background. The public reaction was immediate. "If that tape leaks, it's over for her and Blueface," wrote @RapLeaks247, amassing over 10,000 likes in under an hour. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping twist of all came from an unexpected source. On June 9th, an Instagram story from Chrisean's estranged older brother, Tyrell "Rocky" Malone, went viral. In a string of emotional voice notes, he claimed, "All these people after my sister, but what they don't know is there's a whole other side to this story. Some folks gunning for money, not justice. Watch who you trust." His posts were quickly deleted, but not before Hollywood Unlocked captured and reposted them, adding fuel to fan theories that someone close to Chrisean or even within her family was plotting to take advantage of the scandal. All the while, the industry watched with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Legal analysts pointed out how rare it was for so many heavy-hitting lawyers and executives to be involved in a single custody case, with one LA Times columnist remarking, "This is starting to look more like a high-stakes chess match than a family dispute." Even Chrisean's manager, Wack100, seemed rattled, telling a Hollywood Unlocked interviewer, "Too many snakes, man. That's what happens when fame and family get mixed up." Yet behind the headlines, brand deals, and courtroom whispers, one truth loomed larger than ever. The battle for Chrisean's future, her son's safety, and her own reputation was just reaching its boiling point. No one could predict who would emerge victorious, or what secrets might be dragged into the harsh light next. In a world where loyalty is currency and betrayal is always just one DM away, the only thing certain was that this story was far from over. And as the next court date drew closer, every player in this high-stakes drama braced for the next explosive reveal, one that could change everything for Chrisean, her family, and the entire hip-hop world watching from the sidelines.